Alright, the next component we gotta work on is called NavItem component. This component is responsible for rendering navigation items down here. So as always, let's open up this component in our editor and assign attribute link to the script tag to be able to use TypeScript inside this component. And let's start from the property declarations. I'm going to extract previous declaration, comment it out for the reference, and we're going to use TypeScript annotation to properly type props. In this case, component accepts only one property called NavItem, and thankfully we already have a type which describes objects of this shape. This type is called NavItem, so let's reuse this type right here. I'm going to use interface NavItem and import this interface in the file. Previously, we were also using validation function isNavItemValid to ensure that only valid objects can be passed as props inside this component. But now that we are relying on TypeScript types to provide type safety, we no longer need to use this validation function, so we can safely remove this. Along with that, let's also remove all commented code inside NavItem component, including this import statement, and assign types to the rest of elements inside this component. So the type of the return value of the closure we're passing to computed property in here will be array of strings, and the return type of the function handleClick will be void. As we can see, this function does not return any value. So let's see what benefits we get by explicitly assigning types to properties in this component. If I'm going to use invalid property which does not exist on the interface NavItem, TypeScript complains about it by highlighting this usage. And also, if we'll try to reference some property from NavItem object, we're gonna get this helpful autocomplete with the list of valid properties. And TypeScript was able to pick those valid properties based on our interface NavItem. So after doing all these changes, let's just ensure that our application works properly. I'm going to switch over to the browser and click around a little bit by simply trying to navigate between different pages. As we can see, everything is working good. Let's continue development in the next lesson.